love what you're wearing.
Thanks. I worked really hard. Dude, I spent like several minutes picking this shirt up from the other one on the pile.
And then smelling it to make sure that it was
I just was like,
I caught that. I caught that.
I'm just like, I just have to wear this shirt and I remember. It's for breast cancer research.
Oh, it is?
So that's why it has boobs.
Okay.
that, and it's hilarious.
She's pretty good. Just Rollo. I'm doing this with Rollo.
Do the whole interview like
Rollo, help!
You want to look at extra stuff.
Is that my son? Is that my son? Hey, I can't swim. Oh, it's my ex. Well, I've been getting her wet for years, so.
True Aussie, always with
Do you?
Lucky you can swim. All right, let's.
Let's try to follow that. Okay.
No, there isn't.
All right, can we talk baby goats and how that completely blew up? How everyone loves that you were holding baby goats in the show.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was like
funny.
it turned into a giant.
I never had
penis
I had a
everywhere.
lamb one time. It was a lamb. Yeah, I don't know. He just walked past and I grabbed him. And I needed something to hold because the two girls that were sitting next to me weren't very happy with it.
Well, have them do it more because the internet loves it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard before though that one of the things you want to do is actually be a farmer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm from farm. So and yeah, I definitely want to do that. I'm just trying to make some money. Speaking of money.
Sorry, we're all still reeling.
No. Did I say something wrong?
I'm like, we all forgot
I just
now.
offended them.
You look like Ben from Lost with a Viking beard. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'll take it though.
Albino
Where are
Ben.
the others? I can't say the things in my head. Let's move on to
Let's talk a little bit about season 3. So we've gotten. So the brotherly love is coming back a little more, but we saw how when Ragnar became Earl, Rollo did not take that very well. And now that he's become king, has he learned his lesson, or are some of those feelings going to start creeping back up?
Yeah, he learned his lesson at the end of episode 1 of season 2. He traded everything to be king for a day. That was what Rollo thought he was going to achieve by making an alliance with Jarl Borg. But he realizes very quickly that he's just incapable of killing his brother. He's incapable of doing what his ambition tells him. So yeah, now they've made amends. Ragnar's taken him back on side. I think Rollo knows that he's got a mountain to climb to gain his brother's trust. The relationship is strained and never be the same again. But that ambition is still there and it's never going to go away. So, there's an ugliness still within Rollo that every time he sees Ragnar progressing with his station and his name travels within Viking society, it's only going to hurt Rollo more. So maybe it's not now about betraying Ragnar. It's about, is this Rollo's destiny? Is he come to the end of his life? He's always just going to be second fiddle. That's just what he was meant to do on Earth. But there's a reason why he gets trampled on by horses and survives. The gods, he's confused. The gods have kept him alive for something. Why do they keep letting him survive? Why does he go through all this turmoil, this destruction? He goes through all the pain, and Ragnar gets all the benefits. But the gods are keeping him alive for some reason. Anger management. So, yes. He does. He just hits things.
Anger management 10.
I think they might be two brothers with anger management because, while Rollo may be willing to betray his brother up to a point, Ragnar does rip a guy's lungs out through his back.
He had it coming.
and headbutts him out to death.
Yes. Yeah. That was quite brutal. But how was that film? Was it like just a giant blood pack?
They actually had a dummy of it. He was there and then headbutting, they had a dummy. So I was headbutting dummy.
Incredible scene though. I didn't see him film that. I was on my deathbed in that last episode. I wasn't around much in that episode, so I saw that for the first time on TV, and I was just so impressed. It's just incredible.
That was very nice. There's one scene when Donna was there, but I stopped short every time, but my ponytail kept hitting him in the face. Like that, he's like,
How do you guys feel about the fans of the show? I mean, they took to it so quickly and so graciously, and just, they love it to death. How has your experience been either here at the convention or elsewhere?
A lot of people are trying to copy Game of Thrones for far too long, and Vikings never tried to do that. We kind of exist in our own little sphere, and it's not a fantasy show, it's historical drama, but it's also subject matter that's never really been explored before. And I think that's why people have kind of grasped onto the show, and they've realised there is a place in the Marvel for Vikings.
the history did a fantastic job with Hatfield and McCoys too. This is another historic moment in the world, the Vikings reign, if you can call it that. But true stories are so way more interesting than.
And with the belief system, the gods that they believed in, the pagan way of life, it is almost fantastical. It's the gods themselves. People before thought that Thor was a Marvel hero that flew around throwing his hammer at people, and now we've explored those different inner depths, the gods and the way that the pagans live their life. I think it's fascinating. It really is. And when we go back to the Uppsala episode 7 or 8, season 1, human sacrifices and it's never been done on TV before, and done through educating through history as well, rather than just for shock value.
So what do you guys think about
You just got a text, actually.
That's right.
It's not a phone.
What did you do
Jonathan.
last night?
It's just an
Jonathan!
Oh my God!
It's not mine, don't yell at me.
It's an iPod. It's not even connected.
Okay.
Gosh, guys.
The women on this show are so strong, in one way, physically strong, in another, emotionally strong. How does it feel to be on a show with an ensemble that has, these women who are on somewhat equal footing as these male characters?
There's no problem with that at all, and there shouldn't be a problem. The problem lies with other TV shows that have spent too long with cop dramas, having cops come into a room and get a biro pen and pick up some knickers, and it's just exploiting when women are always murdered and maimed, and they're never kind of given their rightful place as lead characters. And I think Michael's just written what should have been written a long time ago. There's nothing. There shouldn't be anything that different about Vikings, but there is, because it's just there's been too many shows that have not kind of stepped up to the plate and given the female actors and female characters equal footing.
I know that you've done some pranks with the cast.
I've done nothing good this year, though. I'm just succumbed to a little dumb stuff. The water's on the door when you walk into a room. A bit of,
It's a classic.
talcum
That's why you
powder
get
on
the
top of the
treatment.
fan.
How you do?
Yeah, this is how dumb my ones are now. I got to think of something good. I got a couple of ideas actually. I'm going to get them.
I was talking to Captain Alex about the fight choreography, and that's a really amazing fight choreography. Sword dance. Did you guys already have a background on that, or what was that training like and regimen like for each fight?
It's all make believe. It's not pretty.
I'm just saying, curious where they're the training for.
We got a great stunt team that were brilliant from the beginning, but now they know what they're doing, they know what's required of them, and now it's more about making the battles original, not making it a moment where you keep going, you can't run on a cup of tea because it's just another battle scene, and that's their challenge. And every time we go and learn a new battle, it's amazing.
We're trying to avoid the general hacking and slashing. We have a great Normandy thing this year. Some great fights, great jumping off the boats.
Incredible. We just filmed some incredible boat battle. Having all these boats just kind of come in to land, and people jumping in the water and fights, and cameras underwater, filming people just dying and maiming from underwater. We've never done anything like that before. They're always coming up with original and crazy ideas to make them fresh.
We're all a bit goofy on that day. We jump off the boat. Some people jumped out a bit early, a bit over their head.
There's a moment where Rollo's going to be the first guy out of the boat. So we rehearsed it, and this is a lake where if you jump off at the wrong time, you're going to be diving. You're going to be holding your axe up above the water like it's a submarine. And some of the guys got a bit over and excited. One of the boats was coming in ahead of my boat, and they all just leapt off. So I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be the first guy off. So I just leapt in and woof.
Oh my God.
I tell you, the costume people didn't like me that day at all.
And then I jumped off where I was meant to, but then I fell backwards in the water. So
Well, let's admit it, when it goes right, you do gotta have that moment where you're like, I'm a badass. Come on,
That was the thing, is I jumped off and I was wading through the water. The boats were actually going quicker than me. So what was the point of jumping off?
Wait.
we were on our boat. He's on a different boat. We're like, oh shit, it's gone right under there.
I was using my axe like a periscope.
Bubbles coming up.
Alright, guys, thank you.
Thank you very much. I was showing you guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Better beer.